Hey friends, Jeff here with RV Optimizer, and today I want to share a few tips on how you jumpstart your vehicle, specifically how you jumpstart a Mercedes Sprinter van, because it is very different than something else. So I'm going to hit on two things. One, how do you do that? And I'm going to share some technology with you that you may want to take advantage of that could help you if you're out and you just want peace of mind that if your battery goes dead, then you have your own way to jumpstart your vehicle yourself. And very simple, I think an inexpensive tool. So let's get going and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay, so before we get started, I do want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. And the products I'm gonna show, I will put the links in the description section below so that you can check it out and see if it's something that would help or work for you. Now let's get going. So I'm gonna open up the hood on my Mercedes Sprinter van, and once we do, the thing I wanted to show you here is that if you had a dead battery in a Mercedes Sprinter van, as you look underneath the hood, there's no battery in here. You won't have or find your battery up front here. So the question is then, what do? How does this work? So I'm gonna show you first the product I'm gonna use. So this is, I believe, pronounced Ansity, and it is a jump starter lithium battery kit. And the thing I like about this is that it's very compact and it's easy to carry around, and it's pretty straightforward, I will tell you. So you've got a couple things that this does. So you can turn on the power here and it'll tell you your percentage charge of your battery. Now the thing that's really interesting about this is you can charge this and throw it in your car or your RV, and you could keep it there for months without having to worry about the battery going down. It just doesn't, and that's one of the beautiful things about lithium. The other things that it does is you have a flashlight built in, as well as a USB, so you could plug your phone, actually, I believe, into this. And then the thing we're going to focus on today is this little guy right here, and I'll show you where you take the other component out of the bag here, and that's what we're going to use to jumpstart the vehicle. Let me pull this out, which is really the only other thing that comes in the nice little handy bag you have here. And so there's really only one way to put this in. It only will go in one way. When you put that in here, that slides in, it automatically turns on to show you the power. And then the only other thing you do is right here, there's a little button that says boost. When you turn that on, the little green light will come on saying you're ready to go. Now, before I do that, let's talk about where do we hook these things up to make this work. So in the Sprinter van, you have your positive right here. You have a little rod right here, and you take and you spin that. You're able to expose the positive side. Now the other is, where do you hook up your negative? Well, what Mercedes does is over here, you can see this little rod coming out of the frame of the vehicle. That's where you would hook up the other side here. And then all we'll do is hit the green button. You can see the green button is lit up now. And then we can go inside. After I hit the little boost, we can go inside and I should be able to start the vehicle up. It is that simple. But I wanted to show you that on how that works with the Mercedes, because it's very different if you get into a situation like that and you start to panic when you lift the hood and you don't see a battery. Now, if you use this for any other vehicle, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to use that and just right on top of the battery, your positive and negative. So one other tip is, once you put this device into the charger itself, before you hit that boost button, just make sure that these are not touching any metal or each other. Otherwise you may get some sparks. I will put the link in the description section here below for these, but they're so inexpensive that I have multiple ones that I use and I keep in all of our vehicles. That way you're not worried that whatever you're driving isn't going to have that safe protection you need or peace of mind, especially if you're out RVing and you're boondocking. You've got nobody to ask, nobody to have come help. In the old days where you had to get a vehicle and the big jump starter cables come with it, this replaces all of that. So hopefully a little tip that you could take. Check it out. I'll put the link below. And I hope all your future trips are optimized. Thank you.